In this video, we're going to look at how to use the quadratic formula. So let's take a question here. We've got 2x squared plus 6x minus 95 equals to 0. And it says, give your solutions correct to 3 significant figures. So the examiner is alluding to us to use the quadratic formula, basically saying to us that this quadratic equation cannot be factorized. So what is the quadratic formula? Well, the formula is written as this: x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now, where do we look or locate for these values of a, b and c? Well, the value in front of x squared is always a, the value in front of x is b, and the last value, in this case minus 95, will be the value of c. They're known as coefficients, the value in front of the letter. So we could write down the coefficient of x squared is a, which is 2, the coefficient of x is b, which is 6, and the coefficient of the constant term is just minus 95. So we've got a is 2, b is 6, and c is minus 95. So we're going to substitute the values in. So it's minus b, so it's minus 6 plus or minus the square root. Now remember, when you substitute, you must use brackets. 6 squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 2, times the value of c, which is minus 95, all divided by 2 times 2. We can type that straight into our calculator to find the solutions. So we're going to get the fraction button, minus 6, start with the minus first, square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 95 over 2 times 2, and that will give me minus 8.55 to 3 significant figures. So minus 8.55, correct the 3SF. Now to find the other solution, we just get our calculator and change the minus before the square root to a plus, and that will give me 5.55 to 3 significant figures. So 5.55. Here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my work solution. Okay, welcome back. So we've got a is 3, b is positive 7, and c is minus 13. So let's write down the quadratic formula. X is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. We're going to divide everything by 2a. So x, and now we can substitute straight away. So we get minus 7 plus or minus the square root. Please use brackets when you substitute. So 7 squared minus 4 times 3 times minus 13. And this is all going to be divided by 2 times 3. And then we can write down our solutions. So we can get our calculator. So it's minus 7 minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 bracket 3 bracket minus 13 over 2 bracket 3. And so our first solution is to 2 decimal places minus 3.55. So minus 3.55 is this solution. Then to find the next solution, we just change that minus before the square root to a plus. That will give me 1.22, correct to 2 decimal places. So 1.22. Here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my work solution. Okay, welcome back. So here we got to be careful. The coefficient of x squared is really 1. So I'm going to write down that a is 1, B is -5, and that C is -8. So we can write down the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a, like so. Let's substitute the values in now. So minus of -5, be careful, is positive 5, plus or minus the square root. Now please use brackets here. -5 all squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 1, times the value of c, which is -8. All divided by 2 times 1. And now we can work out the values on our calculator. So now we're just going to press the fraction button. So it's 5 minus the square root. Don't forget to use brackets here. -5 all squared minus 4 bracket 1 bracket -8 divided by 2 bracket, and then you've got 1. So this will now give me -1.27, correct to 3 significant figures. So I get -1.27 as my first solution. And then I'm going to change the minus before the square root to a plus. That will give me 6.27, correct to 3 significant figures. So 6.27. And I'm just going to write 2, 3 significant figures for clarity.